Kia ora team, kia ora team, kia ora team. A few technical difficulties, but we got there in the end. Make sure that's all sorted. You know what it's like when you have your phone and you turn it side on and all you want it to do is rotate and it just won't do it. Okay, sometimes it happens. That happened. Alright, so we're getting on with, tonight we're going to be getting on with some shoulder stuff. Okay, shoulder mobility. We're going to work through a bit of that, a really important area. So just while we're getting into it, we'll tell you that you will need a ball or a hard object or something of that nature a little bit later on, so we'll give you a bit of time to sort that out. So get that sorted. Get yourself a ball, a kettlebell, a hard object, whatever you need, and we're going to be using that a little bit later on. Why are the shoulders so important, and what I want to look at is the root cause. Why are the shoulders so important, and what is the root cause of why we get issues in the shoulders? The main problem is that we're so front-sided as human beings, as animals and creatures, that by the time we're getting a little bit older we just start to get a little bit rounded, most of us, depending on what we've done in our lives, and it just causes issues in the neck and the shoulder because everything's not quite in alignment. Okay, so this is the main issue that you'll see in the shoulders, is a lack of mobility through the thoracic spine, through the shoulder girdle, in through the neck, the traps, chest, okay, in through the chest, into the biceps, scalenes, everything, okay, right through the, as I was saying, the neck. All of those areas come into play when we're talking about the shoulders. If you've got a crook shoulder, it's no good. So we're going to get stuck into it, and the first thing we're going to do is the tabletop. Now this exercise is awesome. I'm going to show it to you right now. Coming in, so I'll try and get the right angle. That's why I need to see what I'm saying. Here, okay, at your hips, we're up. Okay, so we're trying to get up, but assuming it quite a decent way, as high as I can with the hips, and then coming back down. Okay, we'll go for numbers. 4, 5, okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, really using glutes as well, 10, 11, 12, 13, you should be really feeling a stretch across the chest if you're tight. 18, I believe, or 17, we'll call it 18, 19, 20, okay, so that's a tabletop. It's a really good way to mobilise the pectoralis, okay, the pecs. It's a really good way to mobilise the pecs. Just relax into a little bit. Now I'm going to show you a different form of it. We're going for the static hold. Okay, we're up. We're using our heels, push up, and get into it in a solid hold. Focus in on your breathing, so, and really, when I pump my hips up, I'm really feeling a hard stretch into my chest. It is pretty good. It's a pretty good stretch. Yep. Keep pumping it nice and high, keep the hips up. So the hips want to drop because those glutes get tired. You get bonus glute work. One more breath. Nice. Okay, the head, you know, preferably we just keep it neutral. Come back in. Okay, relax. Okay, so let's talk about some of the things we can do, I guess, outside of this type of session to improve our shoulder mobility. And it's the old in the office, really. That's where we can make the most amount of benefit, have the most amount of benefit in what our habits and what we do. So the main tip I would give you is to get into rotation. Okay, rotation seems to be when rotation goes in the spine and you lose mobility in your rotation of your spine, that's when the shoulders can start causing a problem. That's when we get stuck in a position and we can't actually, articulate our shoulders. We should be able to roll the shoulders. Mine aren't that amazing in the mobility, but they're probably better than some other people's, okay? Slightly more advanced version of the tabletop. Okay, we're going to do this for reps. So as we come up, we push up. As we come through, we push right through. My butt's off the ground by a couple of inches. I'm really depressing the scapula as I kick my butt through, push up, come through here, really depressing the scapula. So I'm getting movement into the shoulder blades. Good. Keep pushing it. Just work at your own tempo. And what I'm trying to achieve is really depressing the scap. Nice. We're in. Okay, cool. So the shoulders are slowly getting warmed into it. Remember what I said about the rotational mobility. So if you're in at work, every now and then, you want to take a little break off the keyboard. Settle it down, go for a walk even better, and just get some rotation, into your life. It's just an easy way. Then if you're on the seat, and let's do the stretch, even though it's, let's do the stretch next. If you're on your seat in the office, you can do the old turn around, grab the side of the seat, jam the elbow in, a bit of rotation. So we'll hit that stretch now. And we can go leg over, tuck this in if we want to, nice and tight. There's that option. So pop in there. Try again, set up, leg over, the leg that's over, go to that side, tuck that in if we want. Rotate through. This arm here, Tan, it's not passive, okay, it's really jamming, it's like a countering force. I'm turning it on. I really want to work against myself to turn that stretch on. I can feel the fibers stretching across the middle of my back, particularly through that thoracic area. I can feel the fibers pulling away from my spine. Okay. Over to the other side, up and over. So here, same again, elbow in, we're pushing for the rotation. Oh, this side's a bit stiffer. So you'll find that, okay, as you come into any sort of thing actually, like you find that with everybody, everyone's got their imbalances. So for me, being a cricketer, who normally rotated myself that way because I was a left arm bowler, fast bowler, medium fast. Yeah, so this side is stiff coming in this direction. So there'll be something that you've done or some sort of activity that might make you a little bit stiffer. If you haven't done a one-sided activity in your life, you may not deal with as many problems. Stand, work through it. Remember, drive this elbow in, stay tall. Even though you're rotating, you're still imagining your spine is directly up and you're rotating around an axis, you're not leaning over at all, or you're trying to stay as tall as you can and rotate around the axis of your spine. Okay, nice. Now, next one. So we're talking about some sort of office chair sort of therapy that we can do. We're seated. This is an oldie but a goodie. Down the back, right? So just down the back here. So we're looking at it, look at the setup. With there. Now if we can, I don't know it's not great, but it's okay. You know, like I'm getting so a minimal contact, probably the least amount of contact you could get. I might get more benefit actually just pushing it down. Okay, I'll get more benefit. If I could actually grab onto it, I'd probably grab onto it properly. Oh, so this is I mean, it's old school. This stuff's old school, but it works. Same concept for those who were here last week when we did the lower back. Same concept is we're not just focusing on a particular part of a joint. We're trying to mobilize, switch to the other side, and loosen a whole kind of area of the body. So this side's stiffer, of the left armour, struggle a little bit more to link. So just having a look at that. Everything just feels a little bit more stiff on this side, which is natural. Oh, pretty nasty to be honest. Pretty nasty. That's a mean stretch. Whew. It's an interesting complex there. You'll feel different parts of your body depending on where you type. For this, just for me, this particular thing here, that stretch just hurts. Don't know why. Alright, we're going to go through all of the old school ones, and then we're just going to get into a little bit more specific. Cool. Okay, old school. Across the front. Now this is into the deltoids, a little bit of tricep, but anywhere into the shoulder we want to loosen off. So same thing, opposing forces. This arm here is pushing away from this arm here. Boom. Nice, yeah, good. Okay, whew. Stretch it out. And these are the sort of things I try to do at work. I'm now, I'm smashing it a fair bit in front of the computer. We're trying to do a bit of this. I'd always get in the rotation, but try to just loosen off in this manner. Try to maintain a little bit of flexibility over to the other side. And these are kind of all preparatory type stretches anyway for the stuff, the specialised stuff that I'll show you in a tick. Okay, stretch that, opposing forces as hard as you can. Keep the breathing going. Lock it in. Okay, from here, right, we're going cat-cow. So, up, down, so don't know if you can see it fully, but as high as you can get it. So even when you get it there, exaggerate it a little bit more, so just like crazy amounts of push, so that all of those fibres that are running across your back stretch out, and then drop it down, really stretch as well. Stretch up, stick and hold, and down. I really push into this, you know, like give it a good stretch off. Okay, next stretch, really cool one. It's actually shown to me by a guy, Adam Giles. Okay, shout out. And it's a good rotational stretch. I find for me, it really gets to the middle of my back, the upper middle through the rhomboids. I don't know where it's going to hit for you, but it's a little bit tricky, so watch the setup. I'll show you from a few different angles. Those who have done it with me will know the stretch. So we're here, we're coming in. What we are trying to do is drop onto a shoulder, but I need to make sure the shoulder goes exactly under, down, directly down. So I put my hand there, hand is there as a guide, I drop it in. Okay, that shoulder's now there. I'm now here, this hand's out, it should be running across from my body. This is the important bit. So you see the lip of my wrist? Right here, I want to grab it, put my hand on it, and I want to lock the thumb. From there, I want to straighten this arm, and it causes a rotation of my body that way. And it really turns on the stretch through the middle back, and up into the shoulder blades, depending on where you tie it. So even if you're like this, I see a lot of people, they get it and they're just stuck because they're just lacking mobility. Don't be discouraged, just do what you can, okay? At the moment, other people who are just like lying down flat, not feeling anything, good for you. But most of us will be feeling quite a good stretch through here. Okay, same again, show you a different angle so you can see it. Boom, in. Right, so we're in, we're dropping, hand directly down, in. So shoulders just dropping down, arm goes across my body. From there I'm reaching on top of this hand. I'm pressing, this arm's fully straightened, flat on the ground. I'm pressing away, and it rotates my trunk. But my knees are flat on the ground, so my lower body's stationary-ish. Still a little bit of rotation, but it really does bring on a good stretch. Okay, go to town on it. Really twist. Nice. Okay. Next one, we're going to need you to find a couch. Locate a couch or a box. Preferably a couch. I have this bench, okay, because I happen to be here in my little PT studio. No, I'm not accepting clients. I'm too busy. Okay. So, here. Bump. Bump, locking in, elbows on. Okay, this stretch is pretty intense, prior warning, so just be careful with it, but it is oh so good for your shoulders. Okay, it really is going to open up the shoulders. Just take it easy work into it. Right, so we're here, we're trying to get our head to be flat against this part here. So if there was a couch running down here, your head would be banged up against, top of your head would be up against it. Alright, that's what we're looking for. Okay, let me tuck my junk in. Sure, everybody doesn't want to see that. Alright, we'll show you this. Cool, so we're on. Depends where you're tight. This one, it does cause quite a bit of pressure, you know, quite a bit of pressure on the shoulders, so just that's why I'm saying ease into it. I don't want this to be painful, hard out, you know, it just needs to be a stretch. We're not pushing it to crazy limits. Like this is just me going, oh yeah, feeling a bit of a stretch, maybe a 7 or an 8, 7.5 at the most. Now, next one, it's an extension of that. Also very good, also a game changer. We're just extending it out, right? So we've lengthened the lever. We now use the weight of our upper body and our shoulder to really open everything up. Here. Okay, what I want you to imagine is there's something in the middle of your chest, right in the middle of your sternum. And it's a rod, and it's going straight out the middle of your chest, and you're trying to push it into the ground. So it's really, this is the part that's pushing down to open up the shoulder blades. Okay, so it's here, boom, drop in, hands on, and the hands are just blocked there, and we're really pushing down. Boom. We can vary the distance, but it's best to start neutral. Pretty good for the shoulders, this. Okay, now I do want you to actually bring your hands together, pretty close, just touching. And what I'm going to get you to do is rotate, as though you're like swimming in a pool, and you're rotating to catch your breath. So stick and hold on one side. That should really open up the lats, shoulders. Try and rotate yourself right around. Look under your armpit, try and sniff your armpit basically and look up. You might need to go right around, but you're trying to rotate yourself right around, sniff your armpit, hands are pretty much touching, and it's really getting a good stretch and under the shoulder blades. Depending on where you're tight, as I keep saying. Hang out there. Cool. Okay, so now that sort of stuff there you can actually do on, this. You could do that on your table at work. Okay, it sounds pretty crazy, but how badly do you want to have well functioning shoulders? So you don't even, like if I was doing it at work, which I don't do it a whole lot because my shoulder mobility is right, I don't have too many issues, but if I was trying to work on it heaps, I'd just be on my office chair. Every now and then I just back away. You know, the heights are all wrong here, but I think you get the principle here, and I just try and stretch it off. When I was trying to work on this, I was quite jacked up through my shoulders. I used to get so OCD about this opening of the shoulder blades. Okay, now I'm going to show you the other way that we open up the shoulders. And it's same but opposite, okay, which is where we back bridge it out. You know, we're bridging back the other way. So this is quite a cool activity to do. So I'm just going to set up a couple of safety things. So I do this setup that I'm about to show you, I do this fairly regularly in my lounge, in my office, because I've got something up against there, and I do this fairly regularly to help maintain shoulder mobility, and you get a little bit of bonus hip mobility, I would say, at the same time. So I'm coming down into a squat like this. Here. And basically what I'm going to do is lean back and just open up. And I'm just using the weight of my arms and everything just to open everything out. Whether I have my head back or whatever, I'm opening out. Now, what I'm trying to gauge is, as I bend back, this part here, which is I guess the edge of this bench or the edge of your bed or the edge of a couch or anything, I even do this against a pole, a round pole, wherever that is, it's where it's placed on your back, so you can work up different segments of your vertebrae to actually mobilize around that point. So you can do it here, 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 here. So that's what you want to gauge, where the mobility is at each point. So we mix it up. I've gone a little bit higher there, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm actually mobilizing a little bit higher. So really getting into the nitty gritty of the shoulder mobility, and this, I think this stuff here is the secret weapon. These arms, I'm forcing them this way, Tim. They're not sitting here passive anymore. I'm pulling down. Even to the point, yeah. I can get here and just drive my elbows down. Now, this is something I always do. Once I'm in this position, I had a little bit of rotation. And you'll feel it. Articulate your shoulder blades. Be careful with this stuff. If you've got a crook back, be careful. But I just feel it articulating. I feel the rotation in the middle of my spine, and it just articulates and tugs on the shoulder blades and loosens everything off. But I don't know what it feels like for you. In there. Yeah, rest it out. Alright, next one, we're going to take that to the next level. Alright, now if you don't have a bench like this and the ability to go over something like this, you can actually use a foam roller. Or you can use a Swiss ball. Okay, a Swiss ball is something that you can also use. You can get the same effect. What we're going to do is we're going to lie over it, right over it, to the point where we get a full back bridge. So when I make contact with the ground, that allows me to actually open up a bit even more. Okay, I'm here, I'm flat, I'm pushing. Entry level back bridge, this one. Where people tend to have some issues is wrist mobility. So we're just going to be careful. Nice stretch there. Okay, this is a really cool way to just go entry level on a back bridge. So, but if I want to go here, set it up, I can actually go boom, use my legs, use my hands, and I can do like little mini reps. And back in a rest. So it's a way to progress yourself into a back bridge. And the back bridge is probably the ultimate indicator of shoulder mobility. You know, the ability to do this with its true, correct, pure form, which I'm nowhere near right now. But you get the idea. Sit in, back bridge. So, nice thing. Nice, we're making good time. So that is back bridge over the top of a bench. As stated, we've got the other options over the top of the Swiss ball. I'll now show you over the top of the foam roller. Okay, once again, try and give you a few angles. So you see, this one's a little bit puckered, but that's alright. We'll work with it as long as it doesn't explode on me in the meantime. So, this is all about the setup. Different people have different issues. I'm going to keep this thing here handy and show you what you do if you're lacking mobility through your roll blades. Now, in a perfect world, we can get in, we're going to come searching. This is run directly across the middle of my sternum. We're down here, head's down, hips are down, and I'm just lengthened out. Okay, that's optimum. Now if you can't get here, plenty of people can, plenty can't. Okay, you might be quite stiff, you might be like way up here. The thing to do, if you can't get your head down, don't allow yourself to strain in this position. Just get a pillow here, get the head relaxed, take tension out, because what we're trying to actually work is the shoulder mobility, okay, and the thoracic mobility, not stress the heck out of your neck. Okay, be alright if you're a wrestler. So here, now the motion is the snow angel. Up, boom. Loop the loop. So all I was doing then, team, was going to the next rung along my back. So what I would do is go a little bit higher. Oh yeah, that feels like some good stiffness that I want to push into. Just loosen it up. Apologies for the... So this is really, it can get, you know, if you're doing this with me right now, the opening of the shoulder blades like this is what you want to do. You want to work these ranges, and I'm squeezing my shoulder blades apart. Really work it. And our snow angels, reverse snow angels there. Come down to the side, open it up. Then I'm working now a little bit lower, below that centre point I started with. Okay, you can literally lie here like this at home as long as you like. If you were really like just pressed for time and had no time to do anything, what you would do is you would just lie down over a foam roller for like 10 minutes a day like this, just to open everything out, decompress. Quite beneficial. Okay. Okay. So that's the foam roller. What I want to show you next is, right at the start we twisted the ball. We can do that in the ball. All it means is it's going to be a little bit more targeted into one side. So how I would explain it, we can use this weight. The ball was here just running in the middle, now it's over to one side. So when you are actually pushing your weight in on the ball, what I want you to do is just be like, and there. Nice and hard and really digging into that one area. Boom. Okay, so I'm going to show you on the trusty old kettlebell. It's going to be pretty gnarly because it's pretty big, but hey, that's all good. We can do however we want. And you can see there, that's like a full piece of kettlebell. You know, we're not mucking around. We're down. We're going to get this into the shoulder blade. Okay, we're in. What I want to do is get up first and just feel it, and it's like, oh, yep. Oh. So I'm just letting that settle in and around. Pretty gnarly, but good. Okay, so now I can just mobilize this. Hopefully you've got your ball. If you don't, just go another round on the foam roller. Okay, if you don't have that, go another round on the bridge. Good. If you're in as much pain as me, good. We're doing it together. It's pretty damn gnarly. We're not gonna lie. We can go around, and even this team. So you get a lot of benefit out of this. We can go up and down different parts of the shoulder blade. Essentially, you want to work your way around the shoulder blade. Sorry, it'll be coming on the inside. Work your way around the inside of the shoulder blade like that. Okay, I'll go to the other side just to balance it out, and then we're going to wrap it up. You'll see it from a different angle. Cool. So here. Oh. Nice. Good gnarly. Good gnarly. Boom. Awesome. Circle it. Yeah. Oh man, the only thing about this being so high, I've got nowhere to rest my head, but oh yeah, we'll get that over. Oh, that's made it slightly more acceptable, but it's really, yeah, just dig it in and loosen it. So that feels like pretty painful, but I can just tell it's just like a massage. So the moving of the arm, the purpose of it is just to slide the muscle across the surface. So that it's actually moving it, it's jamming and the muscle's moving. Okay, because the muscles become layered, the muscles come in layers and everything gets adhered together, and it just helps to unbind and loosen that muscle. Okay, that is it, team. We finished with the most hardcore thing. It's pretty hardcore, but that's what you want to be working to. A full hard surface with your feet down and just the point on that, and just getting it done. Okay. That is us, we're wrapping it. Any questions about shoulder health, ask below, and we'll suss it out and we'll nail it. Cheers then, bye.